Glad you're with us. Available on FM 96.9, AM 740. Always on the iHeart app, no matter where you are. You can catch us in podcast form, where you get your favorite podcast, to be the Sports on Demand and the video stream on our YouTube page, 96.9 The Game Orlando. And happy Thursday. Cam is in for Chris Vasquez, who's out for the next couple of days. And excited to have Cam aboard with us. Be doing today's show and Monday's show. Cam, how are you?
I am doing good, man. Getting everything set up. It's my first time streaming with you, so I'm excited to see how that all rolls out.
Don't be nervous.
I'm good, man. I'm excited. Luckily, I've used StreamYard before with the Monsters, so I'm somewhat familiar. So thankfully.
But when's the last time we worked? It's been a while.
It's been quite a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
But before Chris Vasquez came back to the station, and we were in a little bit of a transition, Cam was among a small rotation of people that used to do the show, and I think, like Kelly said, a jack of all trades and everything. So how you been?
Man, I have been good. Like I said, things have been keeping me busy.
Tell me something good in your world.
The beat has been keeping me very busy lately, so that's been awesome. We just finished up Rolling Loud. That was a whole lot of fun.
So was it loud?
Yeah, it was very loud, very proud. For those who don't know, it's like the world's largest hip-hop festival.
Yeah.
A lot of big artists, very underground, but we did some live broadcasting out there, so that was really cool. Not
needed in the sentence. So I live not that far from downtown Orlando. So when EDC or other big concerts come, it's loud. Now, I was out of town. I was out of town when Rolling Loud. I was somewhere with UCF baseball, but as my wife would tell me, oh, it's loud. Loud. I mean, you can go outside. I have a 2-story house. You can go outside on our, second deck, whatever, and just hear music.
Oh, wow. You can almost enjoy it for free.
Yeah. No, really, really loud and so forth. So, yeah. Everything else good for you?
Nah, everything's been great. I've just been podcasting, been doing my show, just been keeping busy, man. It's been great. I've been filling in where I can. So, yeah, it's been great,
Is there a station in the building you've not worked for?
I would say the one station I've not, in terms of done production, WGRR. I've never done any production.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they don't often do remotes, and they don't.
Right.
They
used
don't,
to, but yeah.
And Jaden covers a lot of their stuff, so.
But just about every other station you've done something.
Yes, I would say Magic is my other one that I'm also the least familiar with, but I've done stuff with them as well. So, yeah.
Well, good. Like I said.
How's it been with you, man? Pretty good?
You know what, man? Life is great. Yeah, all good. I've just been traveling a lot, leaving again today, driving.
Oh, wow.
With my color analyst for baseball, driving to Auburn, Alabama. UCF plays in the NCAA tournament starting tomorrow. The team left yesterday, and we're driving up today. They flew to Atlanta and then bussed over. And by the time they left the campus and got to the hotel, it was like 8.5 hours. Oof. Well, we're driving. It should take us about 6.5 today. Just by the time you have to get to the airport and fly, then get on a bus and go from Atlanta to Auburn, it's like 110 miles and so forth. So we're driving up today, and UCF will play tomorrow. And all's good. I've just been on the road a lot. It's like 12 times in the last 16 weeks I've been on the road.
Wow. Now tell me, is the TSA still as bad as they kind of say? Is it calmed down?
No. And even when it was bad, Orlando was not among the airports it was bad. And I was told by a few people, great listeners of ours that work out there, that airports were able to kind of choose staffing, even though it was somewhat reduced. In Orlando, it's one of the airports that chose to staff during the expected busiest hours.
Wow.
And I never had a problem. Now, I have TSA pre-check, but even the non-TSA pre-check line wasn't bad. Now, probably somebody in the audience says, oh, Mark, you didn't go on this day when I waited. But I think I was in where did I travel to? I was in Pittsburgh, and during the big slowdown, never had a problem there, and a couple other places that never had any issue.
Wow.
Whatsoever.
Is the pre-check worth it in your opinion? Does it shave it a lot?
Oh yeah. Oof. Yeah. It's a lifesaver. It's I mean, if you travel, if you don't travel that much, but I mean, if you travel, it's a lifesaver.
Well, as often as you do, I can imagine it shaves probably hours off of your.
Now, They'll still do, and I had this recently, where they take your bag, it goes through X-ray, right?
Mm.
And this, 2 of the last 3 trips has happened. Whose bag is this? It's mine. Can I go through it? What am I going to say? No? Like, yeah, okay, you can go through it.
Yeah.
So they're trying to identify something, and most of the time it's I've left a water bottle, but often what I do is I will empty or finish up a water bottle, pack that, and then I'll fill up the water. Okay.
Okay.
But the last 2 times that my bag's been pulled out, Cam, the following's happened. They'll take out, and this is the bag I'm holding up for Cam to see. This is the bag, and I've got phone chargers, I got computer chargers, I got glasses, I got earphone, I got typical wire stuff.
Yeah.
They'll pull it out, and they'll go, "Okay, you're free to go." I'm like, "So you're not even going to try to put this back in?"
Wow.
Just like, you're free to go. So I want to go, "Hey, where's your bag? Can you bring your bag over here? I want to dump your bag out," and so forth. So, yeah, you're free to go.
Just
So I'll
imagine
just
what they
pack
do.
it up. You just dumped it out here, and I'll pack it up right.
Wow. Just imagine what they do when you're not watching,
Oh, man.
Wow.
But, yeah.
TSA.
Yeah, but it's all good. All right, on our program today, we've got a whole bunch of things we're going to get to. Our good friend Paul Kennedy is going to chat with us. The Stanley Cup final is almost set. And on the west side, the Las Vegas Golden Knights, John Tortorella took over late in the year, and he's going to the Stanley Cup, and Paul knows John really well. And Marty St. Louis' team in Montreal's in trouble. They got beat last night. We'll chat with him. Later, Cam, do you collect cards?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I do. Yeah.
What cards do you collect?
I would say most of the common, obviously the Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, so you're into okay.
Yes.
What would be the most money, or what's the most you ever paid for a card? Have you ever bought a card like on market and say I'll buy that, or are you more just going to buy packs?
I'll definitely buy a few. I've never gotten anything that's like over maybe like $100. I'm pretty minimal from in my.
So you know that there's kind of like an obsession if you're into the card world.
It's crazy.
So like, are you like so in that like when new cards are coming out and like new releases and packs and stuff?
Not as much as I used to. I've fallen off a little bit just because I've kind of gotten what I'd like. Because a lot of people do it for like the resale or they're very into the game.
Later in the program, the story of the individual who paid recently better than $5 million for a Victor Wembanyama card. Wow. The story behind it, and the same person who wrote that story will share with us the addiction of breaks, of what people now have become. And you're nodding your head because you understand that world.
It's like Vegas.
It's an unbelievable story. That'll happen at the 11 o'clock hour, plus a great history lesson at 11:35. When we come back, we do this not every Thursday, but Cam's going to be a part of this. We got a couple of listener emails that we want to get to. I got a college football story that we'll get to, all coming up on the Beat of Sports next.
Sports. We live it, we breathe it, we talk it.
Drops, pump, throws, pass, in.
The Beat of Sports with Mark Daniels continues after this.
Say about our friends at Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. The Scratch and Dent Annex is a place you're going to find unbelievable deals on appliances that work. You've got some models that no longer are produced. You've got some scratch or things like that. That's why the Scratch and Dent Annex. But you'll find unbelievable deals on closeout models and much more. Please visit our friends at Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse on West Beta Sports on this Thursday. Mark Daniels, glad you're with us. Cam's filling in for Chris Vasquez. So today, I want to get to a college football story just a little bit, but just about every Thursday we do a little bit of a listener email segment. Cam, you're going to be part of the segment today.
Let's go.
Unfair that you didn't know, but I think all three questions you're qualified to be a part of. Three quick ones today, if we can. Cam, you're not married with kids?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ladies. Sports ladies, hit me up.
So here's the first email asking me, Mark, I think, guy writes that thinks we're about the same age. I think I'm probably a little bit older than this guy. But he and his wife took their daughter, 21, my daughters are older, daughter 21 and 23-year-old boyfriend out for dinner.
Okay.
The daughter's been dating the boyfriend for a few months. One's definition of serious may be different than the other's, okay? Dad says we went to a relatively nice place, and my daughter had asked my wife and I to do this, to go out on a date night, and they did. Guy gets up to go to the bathroom after dessert's been concluded. Our guy. As he comes back, he learns that the boyfriend has paid for dinner.
Oh, classy.
And our listener, the dad, is furious.
Oh.
And he wants to know if I can relate. And would I agree that he has a right to be angry, even though his wife disagrees and thinks I should view it as a wonderful gesture on his part? First off, this emailer is 1,000% correct. I would be furious if my daughter's boyfriends, and one now is my son-in-law, and one is about to be my son-in-law in 11 months.
Yeah.
But in the early stages of dating, I'd be furious. And you'd say, well, why? Nice gesture. No. I'm the dad of the daughter that you're dating, and I'm going to control leverage forever in this relationship.
Good point.
Forever.
Good point.
You know, like I think both of my, and one son-in-law would be, think I'm a really cool father-in-law. Not just because I work in sports. Like, I think I'm a good guy, fun guy and everything. But I do like the fact there's a little bit of fear.
Just a little bit in their eyes.
And I'd be pissed off. I'd be furious.
You seen The Sopranos? It's that scene in The Sopranos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing, pretty much. Yeah.
No, I'd be ticked.
And I mean, honestly, I guess since I'm young, I guess I could see a youngin' like me trying something like that.
Now, if ready, if mom and dad take out daughter and son-in-law.
Okay.
And now we're talking, they've been together for years, and maybe they're in their 30s, and they've got no problem. You want to take no problem.
Let's go.
But not early on.
Yeah.
That's trying to show up dad.
That's a good point, honestly. And yeah, I would say wait a little bit if you're going to try the big power move like that. Even if you're rich, I get it. But like, come on.
Yeah. So
would it be the same thing if like he showed up and got her like a really insane gift, or was that a little bit different? You would say like a car.
If the boyfriend got no, but
it'd be okay. It'll be
you go out for dinner, and he told me the place they went. No, I'm paying.
Yeah.
How dare
I get
you?
that. Yeah.
All right. Two other quick ones here. Cam, I think you might be able to relate to this. Recently attended a concert.
Nice.
Concert in Tampa, the arena over there. And I'm curious your thoughts on the whole, when you can stand and when you need to sit, if your standing and dancing is obviously going to block the view of the row that you're seated in.
Mm-hmm.
We went to this concert, country concert, and felt that there were moments, you get up and dance and sing. Other moments you kind of wanted to sit down, and the group in front of us did not think at all about blocking our view. We asked them several times, and they said, it's on us to stand up. What did we think going to a concert? And our guy makes a valid point. Well, I paid for a ticket for a seat. I didn't pay for an area to stand. What's my position on standing, sitting at concerts?
Ooh.
Cam, your thoughts?
That's interesting. Now let's say if it's a venue that offers
You're a much
seating.
more concert guy than me.
Yes, and like I said, it's very divided with concerts in terms of the etiquette. Obviously, if there's seating available, generally speaking, I would assume it's similar to movie theaters where it's like, okay, be somewhat mindful. But I've also heard the arguments that, hey, you're at a concert, we're having a good time, we're dancing, this and that. So I'm a little divided on that, honestly. I guess if you're really like obstructing their vision, I would say that's where it's an issue. But for the most part, at a concert, like a movie theater, that's way different. Obviously, it's like you shouldn't be dancing and going crazy at the movie theater.
Okay, so valid points.
Yeah.
I guess my position, and again, I am not a big concert guy, so
Yeah.
I'm probably the wrong person. But if the artist is such that the audience understands the biggest hits versus, hey, we're rolling stuff out for the new album,
Yes.
I think there's an understanding. Like, give me a famous artist that you follow.
Let's say Drake. He's in all of
Okay.
the headlines right now.
Of course, he just dropped, 3 albums? So,
Three of
okay.
them.
But if they're like classic anthem songs of that artist or band, then I think it's understandable that, they're standing and so forth. But if we're rolling out stuff off the new album that no one's heard, I think it's fair to sit. I think it's fair to sit.
Now, let's say, I guess it's also like a crowd thing. Like if you're like the only one standing or your group's the only one standing and you're blocking, let's say, these people, I don't know, that could cause an issue as well. So that's a tough one.
I just think everybody's got to know the artist, and I think you're reasonable.
Yeah.
This is just an example because it's the last concert I went to last year.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife and I go to Vegas every year. She wanted to go see the Backstreet Boys at the Sphere.
Oh, that's nice. And the Sphere, is the Sphere as awesome as they say?
Sphere is unbelievable.
Oh.
And I've said this multiple times. Every song's the same with the Backstreet Boys. I give them credit for what they've done again, reimagining themselves and so forth. But every song's the same. The show's incredible because it's the Sphere. And I was stunned how many younger people were in the audience. And I know some of their big hits, and when the audience stands, I don't have a problem. I'll stand. But I think some other songs, like the eighth ballad that sounds the same, sit down. Okay.
No, that's fair. Now, and I think the Sphere specifically, they kind of design it to where you don't block people.
Well, there was for the Backstreet Boys. There's a floor with no seats.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, then we were in. Daddy paid a lot.
Ooh.
for seats that I paid for that seat.
Yeah.
I didn't pay to stand in that area. I paid for that seat.
No, that's a good point.
So, and there wasn't an issue. Like, I don't have a problem with the up down of that show.
Yeah.
Like, that was a fair balance when people are standing. And so at the beginning of the show, people are, okay, it's cool. But at some point, sit down.
I think you made a fair point where it's all about the artist and knowing, because obviously there's those more rager artists as well, like Taylor Swift versus like Metallica. Obviously, you're going to be raging out more versus at one versus the others. So, yeah. That's
fair. All right, last one. This comes from someone that said, and this is, they were at a Magic game in March. Doesn't matter who they play, but at a Magic game in March, he and a friend of his that worked together were going to Magic game. He was hurrying after work to get there. They met at the arena, and he didn't have a chance to eat anything. Get into the arena. Lines were long to get food and drink, so decided to sit, and then he would go to get something to eat at the start of the game. Okay, the two guys going to Magic game.
Okay,
doesn't want to wait in line before, so game starts, and then our listener says when he gets up to his friend, "Hey, I'm going to get something. Can I get you anything?" His question is, what is a fair response, and how far can you go in asking someone to buy more than one item?
Oh,
That's a great
this
question.
is a hot one. Oh, especially for like a brokey. Oh my God.
So would you agree that if I said, like, Kim, okay, you and I had a game, and I said, yeah, I'm going to get a bottle of water. Can I get you one? I've narrowed the item.
Yeah.
And you may say, yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Our guy gets up and says, I'm going to go grab something. Can I get you something? Do you agree that if you want food, you should get up and come with me? His friend turned and said,
"Oh, that's tough."
His friend turned and said, "I love a beer, and if you're getting like a hot dog or chicken tenders with fries, that'd be great," and didn't offer any payment.
Oh, see that now he's tripping.
So well,
that's crazy.
Well, but the question is, if I said, "Can I get you something?" How comfortable are you, and how many items you're asking me to buy? for you.
Well, especially if you're talking at a game, I'm like, those chicken tendies are gonna be like,
it's one thing if I said, "Hey Cam, I'm gonna get a bite. Can I buy you something?" I've expressed that.
yes,
But if I said, "Can I get you something?"
yeah.
How far do you go? One item?
And
Two items?
Yeah, and me personally, I'm not a huge spender when it comes to a game,
Yeah.
but I get people go crazy sometimes. So I would be like, okay, a drink and a snack. That would be like my maximum. But I'd say like, oh, can you get me chips? Can you get me a beer? Can you get me some candy? I'm like, all right, hey, that's like $50 already at the game already. So
I don't think I could do that to someone.
yeah.
Now,
Now
if I said, "Hey, I'm
yeah,
gonna get something to eat," I would say, "I'll go with you, and
That-
I'll pay
yeah.
for myself." And so, but like, hey, I'm getting a beer. Can I get you one? That's one item. We've made it clear.
yes.
But when you're asking, how about a beer, some tenders, or a hot dog and fries? Like,
Mhm.
hey, now we're.
Nah, getting a combo meal. It's a
If I
little
offer to
crazy.
buy you dinner, it's one thing, but I think it's one item.
No, because you're more implying like, oh, can I just grab it for you? It's not like, oh, I'm buying it. Sometimes, it's tough, obviously.
I think it's one item.
Yeah, one item for free.
And I think it's one drink item.
Yeah, drink. Yeah, because obviously the food is a whole different ball game. Because they got some expensive dishes at the stadium. You can spend like $50 on one plate and
Yeah,
be
that's,
ashamed.
That's a gutsy move. If you're like, man, I'd love a beer. I like the tenders. Can you get the larger one that comes with 6 tenders? Because the 3, I'll probably eat that. And then can I get the fries? And can you get that seasoning on the fries and a little bit of ketchup, not too much, put up in the right corner? I'd like that there.
See, now you're hitting on when they're getting specific. That's where you're hitting on it. We're like, oh, I need these toppings and I want this and that. Like, okay,
Yeah,
right.
I'd reevaluate the friendship if we reach such a point with that.
I'm more of a waiter at that point. Come on.
Yeah,
Gutsy.
gutsy move though. Really a gutsy move.
I love it.
All right. Paul Kennedy, our good friend, will join us. We'll chat with Paul, a little hockey. I got some other things I want to get to with Paul. Always enjoy catching up with him. We'll do that when the Beat of Sports continues next.
Hot takes, deep dives, unique perspectives, and bad dad jokes. Your one-stop shop for radio excellence is right here on the Beat of Sports. Back after this.
Hey, baby, let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
Looking at some activity now eastbound on I-4, where 2 right lanes are currently blocked on the interstate near 436, causing heavy stop-and-go traffic on the interstate this morning. Still seeing delays from the earlier crash that was reported southbound on Florida's Turnpike in Lake County near US 27. If you see other traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell's Luxe Boxes. Choose the $5, $7, or $9 box. Now with the shredded beef dipping taco. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Freezes and specialty drinks not included. Tax extra.
Only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
Is back.
Your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going on.
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
Central Florida Auto Glass Shop owners. Are you tired of having to battle insurance companies to get your bills paid? Do you provide quality service only to have your claims denied or underpaid? We can help. I'm Richard Hale, partner at the law firm of Hale, and Jacobson. Put our team of experienced attorneys to work for you. We aggressively fight the insurance companies every day and will work tirelessly to secure the results you deserve. Find us online at hhjlegal.com. Offices, Orlando.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Season tickets for the 2026 UCF football season are on sale now. Don't miss any of the excitement of the upcoming home schedule from the Bounce House. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFKnights.com. It's season 2 for Scott Frost, the Knights in the Big 12 this upcoming year. Don't miss the home schedule at the Bounce House. Season tickets for 2026 available right now. Go online to UCFKnights.com or call the ticket office at 407-823-1000. 2026 UCF football season tickets. More details at UCFKnights.com.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Want to win tickets to see the 2026 FIFA World Cup courtesy of Michelob Ultra in Miami? Just log on to 969thegame.com and search on events to find out how. That's 969thegame.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of the biggest soccer event of the world. Enter today.
For over 25 years, BetOnline has been one of the most trusted names in online casino gaming. From the hottest slots and massive jackpots to all your favorite live table games, blackjack, poker, and more. Whatever your game, BetOnline Casino puts it all right at your fingertips. After your first deposit, unlock exclusive VIP rewards, level up bonuses, and cash boosts. Enjoy the freedom of online gaming where the action moves with you, and every moment is yours. BetOnline. Bet on.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at radiodirect.com/privacy. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Text help for help. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
You've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications that are all over the news, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. And if you qualify, you can get medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1s at 80 to 90% savings without insurance, all 100% online.
Wait, I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No long wait at the doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can provide semaglutide and tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, for 80 to 90% less and shipped direct to your door.
Amazing. How do I get started?
Just send them a text.
Text BLISS to 797979 to get started today with Zelfie. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic for 80 to 90% less, 100% online. Don't wait. Text BLISS to 797979 right now for your exclusive offer. Text BLISS to 797979. That's BLISS to 797979.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. As an accredited state university, UMGC has been transforming lives for over 75 years. With more than 135 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates, online and hybrid courses, personalized support, financial resources, and lifetime career services, achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get started on your next success. No application fee if you apply by June 1st. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe.
I'm Kevin.
And I'm Nick. And guess what?
We created our own podcast called
Hey Jonas.
We
Nice.
invented a podcast.
Well, we didn't invent it. We just
We're
contributed
the
to
first
it.
people to do podcasts. We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions.
Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know,
Tired and sick.
tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
969thegame.com. Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app.
Let's talk to you about our friends at International Diamond Center, because as we've told you, integrity matters to them. And for years, they've taken pride in the way they treat their customers. And you'll know that when you walk into IDC and visit them, because it's not just about quality. It's not just about options. It's about making sure the customers feel comfortable and know that the advice they're getting is from experts in the business. We talked about diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, or natural diamonds. No one offers a better selection than our friends at International Diamond Center because of what they do to give you the best options to choose from. I hope you visit them with locations across Central Florida, Altamont Springs, Mullet Millennium, and Waterford Lakes. And you'll find the great customer service, a great selection, and see why integrity matters to them. Shop online at shopidc.com. It's International Diamond Center. BS Sports on this Thursday. Game 6 of the NBA Western Conference Finals takes place tonight. San Antonio will try to win at home and force a Game 7. Knicks waiting. The outcome of tonight will not move up the NBA Finals if OKC wins. The NBA Finals are set to start next Wednesday, June the 3rd. Knicks sitting there waiting. OKC wins tonight, then we're off until next Wednesday before the NBA Finals begins. If San Antonio wins, there's a Game 7 coming up in OKC. So we'll see if the defending champs can win tonight and get back to the NBA Finals. It's an important game. I said to Kelly in the bridge earlier about Wemby. If he doesn't play well, this doesn't stay in the career. It just basically would be, hey, young, got to go through it, experiencing, and all sorts of things like that. Let's talk to our good friend Paul Kennedy, who's been part of the Lightning broadcast for many, many years, and joins us to chat about a whole bunch of things. We got hockey to get to, but first and foremost, good morning on this Thursday, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, Coach. My hero. I need to draw an issue to you. Tim, who produces for you, calls me. He says, "Good morning. It's 96.9." I said, "Tim, I'm just a number 2."
Cam, not Tim. Cam.
Sorry, Cam. Yeah.
I said, I thought we were friends. I'm just a number 96.9. I lay that out.
Yeah.
Truth, total truth. You know, you have a great staff, and he's one of them. But I just, I treasure our friendship.
Well,
so
listen, I need a piece of advice.
Yeah.
You worked at Alabama, called games there. I'm going to Auburn later today.
My wife is a graduate of the loveliest village on the plain.
Really? Didn't know
she is. Graduate of Auburn.
Wow.
We get along exceedingly well, fabulously well, 51 weeks of the year. Yes. And you would understand completely about what the other one is. So you're going to go to the beautiful baseball stadium. I say, truly magnificent. We went there in summer a couple of years ago and took a tour. It's an astonishing campus. And for an Alabama man to say that about Auburn would take some doing, but you'll find that baseball stadium spectacular.
So I've done football there, basketball before they did the renovation, and then after they did the renovation. I've never done baseball at that park. The last time UCF played baseball there was in the COVID short year. We didn't travel because of the COVID restrictions. So I did basketball, and I did the remote broadcast from the chair that I'm sitting in right now. So this will be my first baseball broadcast there.
I think you will enjoy it a great deal. Now, you have been, and I think we've had this discussion, in football alone, you have traveled to over 300 stadiums.
Not football, all sports. I've done, it's 334 different campuses.
Give me that number.
334.
One more time.
Different venues. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, but you're up there too. You know, come on now.
You will remember this trip, and hopefully it will go very well.
Well, not if they go 0-2. I'm not going to remember it. So
no, but the stadium is very nice.
You know what they did? They sold out this regional in minutes, and they're putting temporary seating because of the demand for tickets up here.
Where would they place it? In the outfield?
You got me. You know better than me. I have no idea. Yeah.
I don't know where they would put it because the between the foul poles, it is spectacular. You know, and it's that rich forest green. It looks like a big league ballpark.
Yeah,
it really does. A big league spring training ballpark, a AAA ballpark that's new. You would like it very much, and I think you'll have a wonderful experience. And the baseball itself, you tell me, should be incredibly good.
Yeah, UCF plays North Carolina State. They're similar in some ways statistically, so that'll be an interesting matchup. Milwaukee won their conference tournament to win an automatic bid. Auburn's really good. Not to do an over deep dive. The biggest reason why Auburn's really good, one, they have talent. Two, they've had the same weekend staff all season long, and UCF has one healthy starting pitcher. So,
bullpen start throughout this tournament.
Well,
you get
the one healthy guy goes tomorrow. We'll see what happens after that. But anyway,
on a good day, he goes how long?
Well, a lot tomorrow, hopefully, but I don't know because you need the arms.
Is
but
that 90 pitches?
Nah, I mean, hopefully he gets you through 7, but we'll see. It'll be interesting. Let me pivot here. Can you believe that your good friend John Tortorella won a Stanley Cup in 2004 with the Tampa Bay Lightning, has a team going to the Stanley Cup final, hired at the end of the year in Las Vegas, and Torts is in a Stanley Cup final. And by the way, you have to laugh at this as the veterans of that team go, well, his calmness and approach in the locker room. That's not John Tortorella. What's going on, Paul Kennedy?
He is so wise. He is such a solid person. If you want to know about the Tortorella family, consider this. His son, Nicholas, who is a stick boy for us, is a special ops Delta Army operative and has been deployed so many times. That is the character in this family that John will never talk about.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw John at the end of his run with Philadelphia, which didn't end well, he said, I'd like to stop, but I just have too much of this competitive fire still in me. And he stepped down from Philadelphia and went to the Olympics with Mike Sullivan, the USA coach, and they won Olympic gold. And then with 8 games to go, the owner of the Vegas Golden Knights realizes that this team is going to passively go into the sunset. They are 1-4-2 coming down the home stretch. And he hires John, who proceeds to go 7-0-1. And now has had this great playoff run. The end justifies the means. And here they are in the Stanley Cup final. And probably, I don't believe that Vegas is there, despite the fact that it has great players, veterans like Mark Stone, Jack Eichel, Carter Hart in goal. Mitch Marner kicked around in Toronto now, leading the NHL in postseason scoring. I don't believe they're there if Torts is not there. And you said the players are saying how calm he is. I do believe, Mark, that he respects the roster that he has now. He calls them veteran players and not telling them what to do, but asking them, what should we do? Because they have as much experience and they have, for the most part, won multiple cups. They have. He's won one 22 years ago, but they are going to go to the Stanley Cup Finals, this expansion, Vegas Golden Knights, for the 3rd time in 9 years. They will be in the Stanley Cup Finals as an expansion team, and that's unheard of.
Before I leave them, what do you make what happened to Colorado? Because most points by a comfortable margin, and I think it's shocking how that series went.
Spot on. They were the President's Trophy winner. Jared Bednar, their coach, said, we ran into a buzzsaw. Now, Nathan McKinnon was hurt. Cale Makar, their great defenseman, was hurt less than 100%. We make no excuses in the National Hockey League, but that's what happened. And they are swept. But remember, Torts with Columbus swept a President's Trophy winner in 2019 in the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, and now I was hoping it would be Marty St. Louis, the greatest player in Lightning history, up against the coach and John Tortorella. Together, they won the Cup in 2004. I was hoping it would be those two. But that after last night, that doesn't appear to be the case. It looks like it's going to be Carolina and Vegas in the Stanley Cup final.
I watched last night the start of that game. First off, the emotion in the building as "Oh, Canada's" being sung, and French Canadian fans are cheering and singing along in the passion. It's a tight first few minutes, and then Paul, 3 goals in less than 3 minutes, and you're like, oh my goodness, and the air is gone out of that building, like just gone.
Absolutely, and it's the greatest setting. The greatest setting. I mean, the pulsating emotions of that arena was icing on the cake of what I believe to be the NHL's greatest season, which has been this one. Tampa Bay, 60,000 seats outdoors against the Boston Bruins, winning the gold, the double gold or triple gold, really. The men's Olympics, the women's Olympics, and the Paralympic gold, all in hockey. And then this playoffs that we're seeing, I believe this is the greatest NHL season that we have seen in memory. But for Montreal and that team, they have not won the Cup since 1993. Canada has not won it since 1993. But and they won the first game. But their fans, there had to be 50,000 on the streets outside the Bell Center and packed inside. And my welcome to the NHL moment, Mark, give me a second here, was in 1992-93, our first year of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm standing by at ice level at the Zamboni, my microphone in hand, and the players are aligned on the blue lines for the playing and singing of both the United States national anthem and Star Spangled Banner in "O Canada." And when they began to sing "O Canada" in the old Forum, it was a viscerally emotional moment. And I went, oh my God, look at this. That was vividly, to this day, the passion of the Bleu Blanc Rouge, the Montreal Canadiens, and what it means to the National Hockey League. I was hoping that it would happen, still might. Marty's a wonderful person. I would like to see it happen.
Yeah, it would be great. When he's playing, was he the type of guy you just, okay, he's going to be a coach? And then it ends up being in Montreal with a connection. But I mean, I know you've seen certain guys that you just like, that's going to be a head coach.
Yeah,
right?
I would think Torts saw it. Torts called him a pain in the bum, stronger language insert here, because he was always challenging him. And Torts is the one that got him off the streets. Marty did not have a job. He was a free agent and signed there. And he went to Torts and said, I've got to play in your top 6. And then he would challenge everything. Tell me why we have to do it this way. Why not this way or why that way? And Torts said he made him a better coach, but he's brilliant. Marty's 3 children are all in hockey programs at Ivy League schools, Harvard, Brown, Dartmouth. This is the most first-class person I may have ever met in the NHL. He is brilliant. And recall, we were down 3-2 in 2004 on the road, and he scored the double overtime goal to beat Calgary in Game 6. We won the Cup in Game 7. You can't count him out. There is a huge character issue with him. He is, and by that I mean complimentary. He is as fine a gentleman, Mark, as one could ever hope to meet.
Rob Brind'Amour is got a really good team right now. They've been close. Yeah, they've been close. It's interesting. The owner of this team has done an amazing job. You know this over the years with Carolina, and yet that owner, Tom Dundon's taken a lot of heat for, in Portland, some of the early things he's done in ownership there. And maybe some of it's valid, the criticism, but Carolina's been a very successful team and a respected team. What do you make of what Carolina's done?
I think in 2005, the year after Tampa Bay won the Cup, John Tortorella gave everybody the book by Jim Collins. Good is the enemy of great. Remember that? Good is comfortable, right? You just go along, you make the playoffs, right? Everybody's happy. That sounds very close to home here in Orlando. Everybody's happy. But no, great requires everyone to be uncomfortable. And what he sees as great, he's been able to reinstill in Carolina. He will reinstill it in Portland. He will. But they have a lineup, Shane Gostisbehere, who was born in Florida, the ageless Jordan Stoll, Keandre Miller, who they got from New York. It is operating on an edge all the time and not being passive about it. And Dundon, I think, welcomes the criticism about that. I really do. I think that is how you have to. I think that is how you have to conduct business if you're going to be successful. You know better than I. in professional sport. You have to play with an edge.
Yeah, I mean they're fun. I don't know what the TV ratings are going to be. I think we get caught up in that. It may not be very good, but it will be interesting to see what happens in what appears to be a Carolina.
The hockey has never been better. The hockey has never been better. Faster. Remember when,
the quality of play is insane. Yeah, it's great.
When Brind'Amour lost that first game and they had been off for like 11 days, and Marty had won their series playing on 7 games and multiple overtimes, and he has lost 2 games in this series in overtime. He could be up in the series.
Yeah.
But Brind'Amour said in the first period when he is down 4-1, he said, "I don't know what we just saw. That's the fastest I've ever seen this game played." He said that, in the little bench interview that they do to start the second period. He said, "I don't know what that was." And the sensory perceptions of this and how at warp speed we were playing, honest to goodness, I do believe this is one of the finest years we have ever had. The athletes are better. And I looked the other night in terms of television, the games are on Turner, TNT, and on ESPN. And to the credit of the league, they have never had, would you agree, this type of television distribution. Never have had it in the history of the league.
I think the presentation's great. I have one gripe, and I think you may agree. I don't like the seating format. I mean, we ended up with a 7 and an 8, technically.
No.
So we got to tweak that. The quality of play is fantastic. Drama, it's great, but we got to tweak the seating. I mean, we got to get
second playing 3. You got 2 of the top teams in the East.
Yeah, Philly-Pittsburgh should have never been a first-round matchup. I mean, it was exciting because the geographics of it, but it never should have been a first-round matchup.
The NBA wouldn't do that. The second seed would not play the 3rd seed.
Right.
The 2nd seed would play the 7th seed.
Right. Yeah, we got to fix that.
You're not alone in that, but I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. Can I end? Are you still going next week?
To
the Belmont?
Yes, I am. Thanks to you with the Belmont being held at Saratoga because they're finishing the Belmont.
Yeah.
But I must, to your listeners, must tell them that you gave me and my wife, Miss Joan, the Auburn graduate, War Eagle, you gave us the most wonderful advice on where to dine and what sights to see. And I'm so looking forward to this, the Triple Crown race at historic Saratoga. And it is going to be so nice. So that's her birthday gift, and we will have a great time at a Triple Crown event. And you know who lives there in Saratoga among all sorts of celebrities?
Not me.
Get up there. Well, how beautiful is Saratoga?
It's amazing. Fantastic. It's absolutely amazing.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, if you get up and go lean against the rail as the horses are schooling and training for this race and others, you will see Bill Parcells.
Yep.
Up against the rails. That is where Bill Parcells lives now, just because he wants to be around horses, but he has done his service to the National Football League.
Well, it is a special, special place. I'm happy and a bit jealous, and I'll send you a picture from my broadcast booth, but you got to send me a picture from your box seats next week. Deal?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
My wife is already picking out my wardrobe.
There you
go. I can. Mark, love you. Have a great tournament.
Thank you,
at Auburn.
Appreciate it.
Bud.
Thank you. Paul Kennedy,
bye-bye.
The best. We're back. More of the Beat of Sports next.
If we don't get Wilson, you got to pay more. You, the fan, or that donor. Otherwise, how do you want to compete? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you can't moneyball it.
Mark Daniels really made you think, didn't he? We'll give you a few minutes to let what he just said sink in. More of the Beat of Sports after this.
Talked about our friend Scott Simpson, his team at Acrisure Mortgage. It's an interesting time, and maybe you are thinking about purchasing your next home. Maybe time to upgrade. You need something bigger, whatever it may be. When it comes to help with the mortgage, this is what Scott's been doing for more than 20 years, and he'd love to sit down and earn your business and help develop a game plan for you. And with Scott, if you just mentioned my name, Mark Daniels, the Beat of Sports, 96.9 The Game, you could get up to $2,500 off your closing costs. When you talk to Scott and his team at Acrisure Mortgage. Every single day, they help people like you and I get from point A to point Z. Thinking about refinancing, they can talk to you about why it may be good for you or maybe not good for you. Let Scott figure out the perfect game plan for you. Like I said, for more than 20 years, he's been doing it. The office right there in historic Plant Street in Winter Garden. You can find more information online at WGLoans.com or call 407-377-0305. Equal housing lender and MLS number 1528559. Stinson team and MLS number 319684.
At Crush Yard, pickleball is just the beginning. You'll find a full restaurant and bar, arcade games, and plenty of space to hang out with friends. What starts as a few games often turns into food, drinks, and losing track of time. Play a match, grab a bite, catch up, or stay a while. Whether you're competitive, casual, or just along for the fun, there's something here for everyone. Learn more at crushyard.com.
Lights, camera, magic. Mickey and his friends invite you to an unforgettable Disney on Ice gala, where stories like Zootopia 2, Tangled, Monsters, Inc., and more come to life in dazzling Hollywood-style fashion. Disney on Ice presents Spotlight Magic. Visiting soon to Orlando. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today. Again, get your tickets and check out the show details at DisneyOnIce.com.
You know that moment when you look in the mirror and think, I just want to look and feel like me again? At Vita Functional Aesthetics in Lake Nona, we go beyond surface treatments. We look at hormones, inflammation, mitochondrial health, and how your body is truly aging. Then combine that insight with advanced injectables, lasers, and regenerative aesthetics for natural, lasting results. Don't just look better, feel better, age better. Start with a free consultation at VitaFunctionalAesthetics.com. Vita Functional Aesthetics. Aging well starts from within.
This is the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. Let's talk home field advantage. In Florida, your home should be your comfort zone, not a place where heat and humidity sneak in and take over. Renewal by Anderson's Acclaim Impact Windows help you take back control. They're designed to keep cool air in, hot air out, and your energy bills in check. And with their durable Fibrex material, they're built for the long season, not just a quick win. Plus, they add beauty and value to your home because looking good matters too. Right now, Renewal by Anderson is giving Florida homeowners the power to choose. For a limited time, pick the offer that works best for you. Take 20% off your entire window and door replacement project or enjoy 24 months of special financing. That's no money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years. So whether you're in Central Florida, the Gulf Coast, or in Jacksonville, visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free in-home consultation. License number CGC 1527613. Renewal by Anderson, where comfort meets quality.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
Unlock the savings at Boost Mobile and save up to $600 a year. I've been scouting these big carriers for a minute now, and I've seen them pull the same play 1,000 times. They promise you the world, then hit you with a price hike right when the game gets tight. But Boost Mobile, their $25 a month unlimited wireless plan is the most consistent player on the floor. No contracts, no price hikes. Unlock the savings today at boostmobile.com/unlock. Based on average annual single line payment of AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile customers compared to 12 months of the Boost Mobile unlimited wireless plan as of January 2026. For full offer details, visit boostmobile.com.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000 if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Catch the 96.9 The Game Street Team, powered by Farrah and Farrah, Orlando's personal injury attorneys at events throughout Central Florida, for your chance to win prizes and tickets to upcoming events. For a complete listing of events, go to 969thegame.com/events.
If you want to know windows there and Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Laying out on a hammock, waking up to birds chirping, and board games with the family.
What? It's not cheating.
Frank, you're scaring the kids.
Oh, come on, guys. We're having fun. It's family time.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
Technically, it's a loophole.
It's a children's board game. You're a grown man, Frank.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Memorial Day savings are happening at the Home Depot. Get up to an extra $1,000 off select top brand appliances like Frigidaire. Plus, get free delivery. Upgrade your kitchen with a fridge with an extra large ice capacity, a stone-baked pizza oven, or a dishwasher offering an extra fast 50-minute normal wash cycle. Save on appliances this Memorial Day at the Home Depot. Offer valid May 14th through June 3rd. U.S. only. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $998 or more. See store online for details.
This is Sarah Spain with the latest from iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Novartis.
Emma Hayes has announced the 26-player roster for the U.S. women's national soccer team's upcoming pair of friendlies against Brazil June 6th and 9th. Mallory Swanson makes her return to the team after giving birth last November, joining Trinity Rodman and Sophia Wilson in the first reunion of all three members of Triple Espresso since the Paris Olympics. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcast. iHeart Women's Sports Network is brought to you by Novartis, makers of Kisqali Ribociclib, supporting all women who strive for more in sports. We recognize the importance of dreaming big. Visit Kisqali.com. That's KISQALI.com to learn more.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeart Radio app. This segment is presented by Bowegan's Beer Company.
Beta Sports, Mark Daniels on this Thursday. UCF baseball plays in their NCAA regional tomorrow against Auburn, Florida. Florida State, Miami also begin play tomorrow. Stephen Brank is my broadcast partner, and he'll be with me in Auburn and joins us to talk a little bit of baseball. I'll do some college a little bit, but I want to do some stuff into the major leagues. First, welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. How are you doing? I'm great.
What's the radio podcast schedule for the long drive? I mean, you have stuff in mind? Are we going to be doing a lot of talking? What should I be prepared for today?
I know that you do a lot of talking in the morning, but I know, you guys with some of the alternative classic rock stuff that you got going on. So we'll just have that nice and easy in the background for you. And then if we need to turn it up to jam a little bit, we can. Okay. A few karaoke songs here and there. And then, just vibe it out a little bit.
Let me ask you a few things, Major League Baseball, and the first three are with pitchers. What am I watching in Christopher Sanchez? 44 2/3 of scoreless pitching? What am I watching?
It's unbelievable. I mean, he is. Seems like whatever pitch he's throwing, wherever he wants to put it, he's putting it exactly there. I mean, it's just been really fun to watch that guy. It's crazy. It's something that, I mean, we've talked over the years, you and I, about how pitching at that level right now is something we've never seen before. And this is proof right there that this guy and his stuff right now is just immaculate. It's amazing.
I think in sports sometimes greatness is when the unthinkable becomes the norm. Last night I was up and I'm, Ohtani's pitching, and I flip over to MLB Network. The game is on. He gets through the first. He homers to lead off the bottom of the first. And then he throws 6 no-hit innings. He's frustrated because he walked 4, struck out 7, came out of the game, and lowered his ERA to 0.82. So I'll ask you the same question. What am I watching there?
I think you're watching the guy that is going to be regarded as the greatest to ever play. I mean, definitely in this era. I mean, what he's able to do on the mound right now. I just saw it this morning that he's got like a 17% chance to win the Cy Young with what he's doing with an ERA under 1. And it's like, it's because Christopher Sanchez is so good. Like the guy that you just talked about. I mean, he's the front runner right now. To have those two guys doing what they're doing on the mound, not to mention what you just said as well. Ohtani went deep last night, and what he's able to do at the plate, the guy that's a 50-50 guy doing this on the mound as well. I mean, it is just, if you get a chance to see the guy on TV, do it. If you get a chance to see it in person, you better do it. I mean, it's crazy what's happening right now in Major League Baseball.
Okay, now to the other guy. Jacob Misiorowski is, I don't know what this is. The other start 57 times, he had 100 or more. And during that outing, he had 9 pitches that was 103 or more. He's allowed 0 extra base hits in his last 6 starts. 233 of his 996 pitches are over 100 miles an hour, and his changeup is averaging 93 miles an hour. How does one throw that hard, and how does one hit something like that?
You swing in case you hit it, swing hard just in case you hit it. You have to start so early as a hitter. Let's talk about the hitting side of things, because I'm most familiar with trying to do this. You got to be super early to be on time, because you're not seeing that type of velocity at that consistent of a rate. Usually you're facing a guy that's throwing 100, later into the outing, he's in the mid 90s, it starts to flatten out a little bit. Things get a little bit easier for most. Misiorowski is not that way. He's got such long levers that he uses really, really efficiently, to where he is able to get so far out in front with his arm and his wingspan to be able to just feel like that ball is on top of you already. But just to have a long whip that he has, he creates so much power just with how long he is. And so he is just the velocity that we're seeing from him right now. The fact that it's a sustainable velocity like that, I don't know. It's somewhat of an anomaly, because you don't look at the guy and say, okay, he's a physical specimen. He's just super long and uses his body better than most.
Is it likely to break down?
Eventually all these guys do, it seems like these days. The high velocity guys, they have a tendency to break down. The one guy, and people argue with me about this all the time, that I don't think breaks down is Paul Skeens, just because the way he's built, he is built just so different than everybody else, it seems like, and he uses his body. He allows his arm to catch up so much better than most people. But Misiorowski, it seems like he's one of those that over time we're going to see that somewhat break down. It's just so common these days. Now technology has gotten so much better, and the care that these guys have for their arms is so much better than they've had in the past. So there's the proactiveness that they're able to do on the front end, and the recovery that they're able to provide as well, to where, maybe not, but if I had to guess, I'd probably say yes.
I'm not knocking Mason Miller, but Misiorowski's got to be more impressive. He's doing it as a starter, where Miller can just load it up to go 1 inning, right?
Right. Yeah. With Miller, you know that, hey, I'm trying to get 3 outs, right? Misiorowski is trying to get you through 6 innings. He's trying to go 3 times through the order, So you got one guy going 3 times through the order, one guy getting 3 outs. It's not a knock. What Mason Miller has done is fantastic and fun to watch as well. But Misiorowski is just a totally different beast. I mean, it's apples and oranges.
Okay. What's wrong with hitting in Major League Baseball? And we probably don't have time to go through all of that, but I'm just going to give you some numbers. The average team batting average in Major League Baseball today is 240. The average team batting average 20 years ago was 269. The number of teams today that are hitting above 260 is 3. The number of teams hitting above 270 20 years ago is 270. The average number of strikeouts per team is just below 9 per game. It was just above 6 20 years ago. What's happened to hitting? Why am I watching so many games of teams that are supposed to have major league players where hitting 190 is not an odd thing to find?
Well, there's 2 things, right? The first thing is the pitching is just like we talked about. It's totally different. Yes, you'll have the the old school thought of people that, hey, they had to face Nolan Ryan, and it's not that much different. You got guys that are no-name guys, with all due respect, coming out of the bullpen throwing triple digits with ease. You didn't have that before, so they're facing pitching that generations in the past have not seen. The other thing is organizations are valuing power numbers over average at this point. They're trying to find ways to put butts in the seats. The long ball helps do that. It also scores runs when you hit extra base hits and home runs, compared to, the Louis Arise type of guys that are, slapping the ball around the ballpark and never leaving the yard. He doesn't draw tickets. He doesn't account for as many runs statistically when they go through the R&D process of who helps the ball club win more games. And I think that's probably the easiest summation of what we're seeing.
I think most people today still believe, and I think I'm in this group, although I know it's not. Hey, you go to Major League Ballpark, and at batting practice, guys hanging around the cage, a little spit here, a little chew in the fat, you jump in, you hit a few balls, you pop out, and somebody else. And then I think fans will be shocked to realize every pitch you face in BP is recorded and analyzed, and we're doing launch angle in BP?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're trying to take every little bit of data that they can to help them. I mean, they have every tool at their fingertips right now, and they're going to use every single tool. I was actually sitting with a scout when we were out in Arizona for the conference tournament. I was sitting with a couple of scouts, and they're talking about how they're using these numbers to their advantage, not even just during batting practice. They're using them in between at-bats. They're going into the dugout. They're on an iPad. They're seeing that their launch angle was this, or their approach angle with the bat was this. They need to change this by this amount of degrees. And they use it all to their advantage as much as they can. Now, can you end up with paralysis of analysis? Absolutely. And that's why you're seeing some of the young guys that have been able to do it at the minor league level really, really well. And then they get to the major league level, and yes, the pitching is a little bit better, but they also start to get more information thrown at them, and some guys can't handle that.
Let me add a little bit of college baseball. We're going to go to Auburn and UCF place tomorrow. Give me a quick thought on the other three. Miami's battled some injuries. They go to Gainesville. The Gators are an interesting team. They looked like they were a mess early in the year, then looked like they were one of the 5 best teams in baseball. I think the back third of the year, maybe not as strong the last week or two. FSU is home. Give me thoughts on FSU, Miami, and Florida's chances to get to Omaha.
I think all three have decent shots. I mean, I think you're right with Florida, the way they have played. They seem like their arms have stayed pretty healthy for the most part. It looked like early on in the year, they were kind of taking it easy on their arms and started to ramp those guys up. They were able to stay healthy. And you and I have talked about this all season long. These teams that are able to have a healthy starting rotation come the end of the year are the teams that are going to go the furthest, because we've seen how pitching runs out quick at this level. And so with the depth of arms that Florida has, I think they're set up pretty well right now, especially being a host to find their way to hosting a super regional and find their way in Omaha.
Is UCF just going to have to out-hit people this weekend?
Absolutely they are. So offensively, their approach is going to have to be on point. They're going to have to take a look at those scouting reports and those guys who are sinker slider type guys that they're going to end up facing. They're going to have to change their approach and push those guys up in the zone and not swing at the stuff down in the zone, and find a way to drive the baseball and pass the bat on to the next guy and put together a really strong showing of quality at bats to really have a chance. I think pitching right now is tough for them. They got a few injuries. I know they're hoping to have a couple of guys that are available that they didn't really have available in the conference tournament. And we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, the 2-3 matchup, you got to throw your best. I don't. In fact, I know Auburn's not throwing their ace in their game against Milwaukee, but you can't hold anything back in a 2-3 matchup. It's interesting. Teams are a little bit similar. NC State's got a Hall of Fame coach that's retiring after this season, and a former FSU player that's been there is going to take over. But the numbers are kind of similar between these two teams, and both have lost some arms as well. It's an interesting matchup.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting matchup. They're good teams. Look, to be able to compete in the ACC, life's NC State has done. And obviously we know Auburn and how good they are. They're a very good team. I mean, this is one of the toughest regionals out there when you add UCF into the mix and what they've been able to do this year. And so there's going to be some competitive games. And there's always some surprises that happen in these things. And so I'm excited to watch some good baseball this weekend.
I'm excited for potential carpool karaoke coming up the next several of hours. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Me too.
All right. Thank you, Stephen Branca, our baseball expert. He'll be on the call with me tomorrow from Auburn when UCF plays NC State in their opening game of the NCAA tournament, 6:05, I think, or 6:02 first pitch tomorrow for that matchup. Coming up, the 11 o'clock hour. Imagine you had the money and you paid more than $5 million for a Victor Wembanyama card. The story behind the card, why it's so unique, and another story on the addiction of card collecting. Coming up, but the hour kicks off with the news next.
96.9, The Game, FM, HD, online at 969thegame.com, on your phone with the iHeartRadio app, and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos, an iHeartRadio station.
Still looking at some slowdowns on I-4 today for drivers in the Orlando area who need to travel by the major attractions exits this morning. Still looking at delays from the earlier crash that was reported southbound on Florida's Turnpike in Lake County near US 27. Traffic moving well for those traveling on the 408 and up and down the 429. If you see any major traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals. At $4, $6, and $8, pick one of the new Biggie Deals you're craving. For a pretty Biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
If you know, you know. This Memorial Day, Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse gives you two smart ways to save. Start with the best-kept secret, the new Scratch and Dent Annex. Discover premium, fully functional appliances with slight cosmetic imperfections at a fraction of the original price. It's the perfect moment to upgrade your home with brands you love while staying well within the budget. Inventory moves fast, so the smartest shoppers get there first. Or step into the store for the annual Memorial Day sales event where the major brands take center stage with savings up to 40% off plus exclusive rebates available in store. Whether you're hunting for the deepest deal or shopping the latest models at event pricing, there's never been a better time to upgrade your home. Stop on by Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse because at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal.
Hi, this is Mark Spain, and we're hiring listing agents. Are you ready for a career move that will be rewarding and earn you the high income you deserve? If you enjoy delivering great customer service and working with people, I want to talk to you. Go to joinmarkspain.com and apply today.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. Wait, is that Ronaldinho? Ronaldinho! You think Brazil will win it all this summer?
Claro que sí.
Can I just say, you're my favorite player ever. Soccer's biggest tournament and biggest stars are coming to Florida this summer. And the place to bet it all is on Hard Rock Bet. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and back your country. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You could win once-in-a-lifetime can't-buy Artist experiences at the brand-new iHeartRadio Theater Orlando, powered by Sunwave Energy. We're talking VIP access, exclusive performances, and unforgettable moments. Enter now for your chance to win at XL1067.com.
A new garage door not only adds curb appeal to your home, modern doors have stronger materials and improved locking systems, reducing the risk of break-ins and unauthorized access. But it's not about just finding any garage company. It's about finding the right one, and Dynamic Garage Door is the best answer you'll find. Believe me, no pushy scripts, no runaround, just experienced technicians who stand behind their work. Call Darren and Jackie today and experience the difference local service makes. Dynamic Garage Door, strong, reliable, family owned.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks. Let the dogs breathe. While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drive. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
If you want your windows there and we pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
Only one winner.
Radio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening.
Watch NASCAR live from Nashville on Prime Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
For more information about contests on this station, go to 969thegame.com/rules. The UCF Knights have punched their ticket to the NCAA baseball tournament, and FM 96.9 The Game will be there for every heart-pounding moment as the Knights march their way towards Omaha. Catch all the exciting action right here on the exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
$11 hour, WY Channel 9 WJR HD2 Cocoa Beach. The hour begins with the news. Let's get to...
Let's really do the news.
Yeah.
Now it is time to do the news. But now it's time for the news.
Tonight, Oklahoma City can punch the ticket to the NBA Finals as they play Game 6 in San Antonio against the Spurs. San Antonio must win to force Game 7 if Oklahoma City wins. They'll get back to the Finals, trying to repeat. The Knicks are waiting. Regardless of the outcome of tonight, the NBA Finals will not begin until next Wednesday, where the Knicks are waiting. So OKC could get back there with the victory tonight. Last night in the NHL playoffs, Carolina scored 3 times in less than 3 minutes to blow open a tight 0-0 game for the first 12 minutes and coast to a 4-0 win. They lead 3-1 now and will try to close it out in Game 5 at home. The Las Vegas Golden Knights await the winner in the Stanley Cup final. Shohei Ohtani last night, 6 no-hit innings. Wasn't happy with his performance in the Dodgers game against the Colorado Rockies. Ohtani homered in the bottom half of the first, a 424-foot shot. Freddie Freeman homered afterwards to get the Dodgers going early. The 6 no-hit innings lower the ERA to 0.82 for Ohtani, who just felt he was off. He walked 4, struck out 7, and left pitching-wise after the 6th. And dude's been downright dominant this season, and an unbelievable ERA when you think about what he's got at 0.82. College basketball, and a number of players had to make decisions yesterday to stay in the draft or to take their name out of it. Milan Momcilovic, the Iowa State wing shooter, entered the draft, made a decision to take his name out of the draft. Is said to be the most sought-after guy in the portal right now. You've got a number of places such as St. John's, who is, you want to talk about throwing money at players, You've got Kentucky. You've got Louisville. You've got Arizona. Speaking of Arizona, Koa Pete opted to stay in the draft, but Momcilovic may be, according to people that have covered this, maybe in the $5 to $6 million range wherever he chooses to play college basketball next season. But he's now the number one guy that's left in the portal. Don't ask me how. These schools are coming up with the money to pay. And the crazy thing about it is, in the unbelievable world of college athletics, you've got schools that will have payrolls of $20, $25, $30 million in basketball that do not generate $10 million in revenue. And as you had ADs yesterday at the SEC spring meeting say, basketball now loses money at a lot of places. The obsession of winning is what has driven this. So there are schools, major brands, that are going to spend north of $20, $25 million on a payroll for basketball whose program does not generate $10 million in revenue. You don't need to go to an economics class to realize that is a bad model. Couple of other interesting notes at college conference meetings. I'll get to the SEC again in just a second. At the Big 12, Brett Yormark talked about looking at the next media deal, which is still 5 years out, really 4-year window till it opens again for the Big 12. Did talk about if the college football playoff goes to 24 teams, he believes the conference would gain support to play a 10th conference game. I brought up 10 conference games when we still had 4 going to 12 in the playoff, and I do think that is inevitable. The Big 12 has played 9 conference games. The SEC joins that 9th conference game world this year, but I also think it's inevitable. And I think that will end up happening. I think there'll be 10 conference games. The Big 12 is going to require you to play a Power 4 team outside of it, and then they'll leave you for one other game, which schools like UCF will use for likely an FCS school. Also, basketball, there is discussion about going back to 20 conference basketball. I don't know if that's going to pass, but I think there's talk about that. I understand why, but I don't know if there's enough momentum for that. As the SEC meetings get set to wrap up in Destin, yesterday was an interesting day. Pete Golden is the coach at Ole Miss. And, you know, the story about replacing Lane Kiffin and all that stuff. And he was asked about Dabo Swinney and the charges that Dabo said about tampering with a player that transferred into Clemson and then went to Ole Miss after, as Dabo Swinney said, had signed a deal and that he was going to turn the receipts over and all that stuff. Pete Golding said yesterday that he wondered why they're not investigating LSU, and he kind of chuckled as he said that, but he kind of meant it. And then he hinted that if you want to come after me, I'll bring the receipts and I'll rat everybody out. And I brought this up to Kelly on the bridge briefly earlier today. Most media that attend the SEC meetings, they like being liked in the SEC, and it's more of like, hey, we're kind of a PR propaganda machine. Not everybody, but most of them kind of chuckled at that. No, the proper thing would have been to ask Pete Golding, then why don't you call everybody else out? I mean, the answer is, well, because we're all tampering, so we're all cheating. And even though I would acknowledge that tampering, you can't police it. It's impossible to police it. If somebody says that, and by the way, Pete Golding has a right to defend himself against Dabo Swinney, but if you listen to what he said, he didn't deny. He said, well, I'm not going to tell you what we did right or wrong. He didn't deny anything. He just like, hey, you know, it's a system. The thing that Pete Golding should have been asked is, well, then why don't you tell on everybody? And if the answer, well, you know, you don't want me to, no, not the threat. Why don't you? Because you're at least making him have to give an answer because we all do it. And instead of going, well, we all do it, therefore it's like, hey, everyone's going to do over the speed limit on the turnpike today and they're only going to catch a few, then don't bring it up. Don't say like, well, if you're going to ride on me, I'm going to bring everybody down. Well, then why not? If you're so bothered by it, but if you don't turn people in because you're as guilty as them, then shut up. Or just say, why would I rat anybody out? We all do it. But to say, hey, you want to come after me, I'll bring everybody down. Ooh, then do it. Why not? But the Great American Sports soap opera is SEC football. History lesson coming up in about 25 minutes. We come back. The story of the guy that paid better than $5 million for a Victor Wembanyama card, and another story about the addiction of collecting cards. Next.
Mark Daniels, the coach, the consummate professional, and a model of consistency. If you know, you know. More of the beat of sports coming up.
At Maxine's on Shine, you're going to find a great dining experience. And Thursday's a great day. You're kicking off the weekend. And Maxine's on Shine offers Throwback Thursdays. So you get 2 entrees and a house bottle of wine for $50. I mean, that's hard to find anybody offering a deal like that. And at Maxine's on Shine, you get a great menu to choose from. Kurt takes great pride in the wine selection they've got at Maxine's on Shine. Their house wines are fantastic. So why not start the weekend by visiting Maxine's on Shine tonight? You can go to maxinesonshine.com, lock in the reservation, whether you're dining tonight, dinner on Friday or Saturday, brunch Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Reservations highly recommended. You'll find them at 337 North Shine Avenue. Easy to get to from anywhere in Central Florida. Please tell them you heard about it from us, and we thank you for supporting those that support us. Don't miss Throwback Thursday tonight and a wonderful weekend of dining when you visit our friends at Maxine's on Shine.
Traffic in the Orlando area is still backed up for those who need to take I-4 by the major attractions exits this morning. Right now, things are moving well for those who need to travel north and southbound on Florida's Turnpike. Traffic still moving well for those who need to take the Beach Line and the Greenway today. If you come across traffic problems, make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by America 250.
This July 4th, celebrate at America's Block Party, a can't-miss concert at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Hosted by America 250. See music performances from major artists, patriotic tributes, and kick off Giving 4th to make it the largest day of giving. Learn more at america250.org.
Only once a year in Las Vegas.
Our legendary iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is back.
Keep your hands in the air.
One stage, 2 nights.
Are you ready?
featuring the biggest names in music. Live, loud, and always full of surprises.
We're getting this party going on.
Hear it live on iHeartRadio and streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Listen for the reveal of our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Tuesday morning at 8.
The Great Orlando Sports Commission brings some of the biggest events in Central Florida and get set for the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships. The largest youth volleyball championship in the world comes to Orange County Convention Center beginning June 13th and running through July the 7th. For more information, log on to GreaterOrlandoSports.com and check out all the upcoming events in a busy summer in Central Florida. It's the AAU Junior National Volleyball Championships, one of the largest volleyball tournaments in the world. For more information, go to GreaterOrlandoSports.com. That's GreaterOrlandoSports.com.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Sunwave Energy and iHeartRadio have teamed up to bring you exclusive artists and station performances, all in the new iHeartRadio Theater Orlando, powered by Sunwave Energy. Stop by the Sunwave Energy showroom for your chance to win can-buy experiences.
Get ready for the ultimate freestyle experience. Monster Jam Freestyle Mania, presented by Spin Master. For the first time ever, Monster Jam trucks Bikes team up with freestyle motocross bikes to deliver gravity-defying skills and thrills. See one-of-a-kind FMX bikes designed to match your favorite iconic Monster Jam trucks. Cheer on your favorite team. 2 times the freestyle action. Full send family fun. Coming to Kia Center August 8th and 9th. Brought to you by Peak 80 Tires, your local Ford dealers, and Morgan & Morgan. Visit monsterjam.com today.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
Hey guys, do you want male performance in the bedroom and do you want it now? Get it in 47 seconds or less. For the first time, you can have instant male enhancement. Introducing Knox 47, the topical male enhancement that works in 47 seconds or less. Satisfaction guaranteed. Finally, after years of scientific research, our proprietary formula will allow you to perform in the bedroom like never before. Just imagine that little blue pill on steroids. No reason to settle and wait when you can get instant performance now. Forget about pills and potions that make you wait hours or up to 30 days to work. That's yesterday's news. Knox 47 is brand new. The hottest thing for men. And you don't need a prescription. Call now and get your free supply for a limited time.
Find out how to get Knox 47 for free. Call now, 800-480-8115. That's 800-480-8115. Free bottles for a limited time. Call 800-480-8115. That's 800-480-8115.
Not all good news comes with a catch. Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. No strings, no gimmicks. Just dependable protection at a more affordable price. See? No catch. So if you're looking to up your savings, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you got to call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-230-2777, 800-230-2777, or biglou.com.
Hey guys, it's us, the Jonas Brothers. I'm Joe. I'm Kevin. And I'm Nick. And guess what? We created our own podcast called Hey Jonas. We invented a podcast? Well, we didn't invent it. We just contributed to it.
We're the first people to do podcasts.
We get to ask other people questions because we're sick and tired of being asked questions. Well, sick and tired is a strong way to put it, but you know, tired and sick. Tired and sick.
Listen to Hey Jonas on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Hey Jonas and start listening on the free iHeartRadio app today.
969thegame.com. The UCF Knights have punched their ticket to the NCAA baseball tournament, and FM 96.9 The Game will be there for every heart-pounding moment as the Knights march their way towards Omaha. The journey begins with a date versus the Wolfpack of NC State. Catch all the exciting action right here on the exclusive home for UCF Sports. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
If you are into collecting cards and buying cards, you understand what that industry has become. Our next guest, among many things, for The Athletic, a senior writer, focuses on sports collectibles and memorabilia. There's a couple of really interesting stories, and Larry Holder is kind to join us. Larry, welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. Let me start here. Somebody buys a Victor Wembanyama card for better than $5 million. What is so unique about this card? Is it a one of one? What makes it worth that?
Yeah, it's a one of one card, and it's funny because I spoke to the buyer, and he did a lot of research, because it's funny when you say there's a card that's a one of one card, but there are a lot of one of one cards, but this one is probably his best rookie card. But in general, you're thinking like, how on earth is someone going to spend $5.1 million on Victor Wembanyama rookie card? And he's only been in the league for a couple of years. And it's, to me, look, the number, and I've been only covering this industry for about a year and a half now, and the numbers, just price tag on some of these things are just eye-popping and sort of mind-boggling. But I mean, it's become such a big industry, and people kind of look at these cards almost like pieces of art or stocks or assets. And I mean, people and the buyer's philosophy too is almost like, well, guess what? Now this card's worth $5.1 million, but someone's going to pay more for it down the line if Wemby continues to be Wemby. And so it's it's something that I'm curious to see when we're going to hit a ceiling, but we're not there yet. So I think people are just, the industry's such a monster right now, and this is just kind of another indicator of that.
You mentioned you spoke to the owner and keeping his name private for obvious reasons. Is this someone that buys cards a lot? Is this something that he does? Has he paid, for cards in the seven figures? And was this an auction that saw the price go up, or did he put in a bid? Can you share at least that information?
Yeah, so this was, he's someone who does buy high-end cards. Like he's spent seven figures on cards before. But this one, he just felt like, and it was a private sale. It was brokered by Fanatics Collect. Like they're an auction house, but they broker private sales too. So they kind of brokered a deal. And so, it was, I'm sure the price was negotiated. So it wasn't necessarily an auction. I'm curious to see, I would have been curious to see how much that card would have went for an auction. It's funny because some people comment on my stories or, follow the industry. They're thinking maybe it could have even gone for even more. Like maybe this 5.1 million was a bargain, and it kind of stuns you to think that, oh, wow, this is it's wild. Just because, Wemby's playing in the Western Conference Finals now, and if he stays healthy, maybe this card could be worth even more money. But yeah, so this person, he is certainly someone who more than dabbles, obviously. But he is definitely into the high end card market, so much so where, some of his quotes that he told me for my story, basically saying like, look, someone could buy a $5.1 million house, or someone could have this card, and he's saying like, well, not as many people would want my house as much as more people would want this card. And so it's kind of wild logic, but you can kind of maybe think about it, and it somewhat makes sense. But yeah, but he's someone who definitely sees this as assets, and he can make more money on down the line. He's not necessarily a collector. And that's a big difference within this industry right now. You have people who are definitely into it for the money. It's moved away almost from collecting, and it's more like, selling assets and making money off of it.
Last night, Shohei Ohtani threw 6 no-hit innings, lowered his ERA to 0.82. You wrote that the Ohtani market played a role in this guy buying the Wemby card?
Well, it's just because Ohtani's market has exploded so much. He is arguably the hottest, athlete on the planet in terms of cards. But for Wemby, it's almost kind of the same thing. Like you see this rising star, and it's similar to that. And this person, he bought a Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge autographed card. And he spent $2.1 million on it. And he thinks like, this card, some of these cards can go bigger than that. But yeah, Ohtani's so huge, and people are thinking Wemby can kind of have that same sort of trajectory. And, it's funny because if he didn't get hurt, last year, his prices probably actually could have been even higher. But I think people kind of calmed on him, and then now they see that he's healthy and ready to play. And a similar thing with Ohtani. Once he was healthy again and had an amazing year, and he's just kind of this unicorn type of player. People kind of look at Wemby as almost like this unicorn type of player.
Larry Holder is with the senior writer for The Athletic. I want to pivot to another story that you wrote about, which is fascinating to me. And before I ask you about the person, I think if I said sports gambling addiction, people may look headlines of Brandon Sorsby, the quarterback, understand what it is, or those that gamble on sports. But trading cards, sports trading card addiction, what is that?
So yeah, the person I did a story on, he's someone who also spends a lot of money on cards. But when you go onto some of these live platforms where they have you're bidding on a spot and it's a wheel spin, and it's kind of like it has similar qualities of gambling and casinos, and so this person kind of fell into that world. Where he was just there for the thrill. You're not there for collecting the card. You're there for the chase. And a lot of times when you do that, you could bid on some of these things and you could end up with nothing in some of these online live platform like box breaks and such. And so this person who he had a gambling addiction, and so he went to gambling rehab in 2015, but then fell into sports cards probably around COVID, and then was buying into these breaks and just was losing hundreds of thousands of dollars compared to what he was getting back. And it's very similar qualities when you're doing some of these things.
How I came across, I'm reading your story. I'm like, Zachary Kapp, want to know the name. And then I kept reading, and you wrote about when he was on Ken Golden's show. I'm like, that's the guy. And that's how it triggered. So I'm going to ask you to share with our audience how that came about. And people may have heard what the Whatnot app is. And I'm throwing a lot here, but explain. And is it a form of gambling? Because as you write, there are people that have tried to throw charges on them like, hey, what you're doing is gambling.
Yeah, so Zach Kapp, he was into, and he was part of a trio of owners of this one card, and it was a game used patch NBA logo man of LeBron James. So there were 3 teams on the card, and so he was part of a piece that where he won it in a break. Like he had, I forget which team he had. He might have had the Heat. So it was a Heat card, a Lakers card, and a Cavaliers card. But so he was part of this card, and what you do is you're bidding on blindly, bidding on a spot that's and you win the spot. This wheel spins, and you get that team. And so it's basically kind of like a roulette wheel, and you're just kind of gambling and hoping to see what you get. So actually it's two, Zach is one owner of their card. He went to gambling rehab. Another owner of the card, his name's Kevin Parker. He's suing Whatnot for similar. There's sets of lawsuits where basically accusing Whatnot of being an illegal gambling operation. Kevin is suing Whatnot through the state of Utah, but there's almost 70 arbitration filings against Whatnot. And so when I wrote that story and wrote that story, Zach Kapp, the person who I wrote about with the gambling addiction, he saw Whatnot's response of them saying it's not gambling, and it really upset him. So he reached out to me. So that's how the story even happened, where he wanted to tell his story. And then, but it's a bigger, like, it's wild how we've talked about, you're opening a pack of cards, but it can become this big of a money maker. And then it could also cause some problems in people's lives. So it's a fascinating industry and hobby. I mean, it's funny how we call it a hobby, but I mean, it could, when you look at it, you could certainly see the gambling characteristics within these Whatnot streams and live breaks and such.
As I read your piece, in describing Zach and this addiction, sports gambling, you and I can look, here's a game. I may pick one side, you may pick the other. Even in a parlay, I'm looking for a certain number, outcome or not. This is the ultimate needle in a haystack sometimes for these guys and what they're looking for with these breaks. I mean, it's incredible. Again, the game is the game, but a break, you're hoping a certain card is in there, and it's not one or the other.
Right. I mean, it's like lottery tickets.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just hoping something's in there. And so that's, I mean, even inherently when you're doing this industry, you buy a pack of cards, you have no idea what's going to be in it. So you can almost think, oh, it's like a scratch off lottery ticket. But I mean, these breaks, they take it to another level. Where even if you're just buying into breaks where you could just pick your team, like you're still just buying a team, hoping something big comes out, because you could spend a lot of money and get absolutely nothing. So it certainly has those elements. I mean, I understand why people could fall victim to the chase and spending a lot of money on this thing and getting nothing. And, so it's, again, it's certainly an industry, and some of the tactics, it goes beyond just saying, hey, I'd like to have a Tom Brady rookie card because I'd like to keep it forever. Or, it's so much money into it, and it can, it's something that people can fall victim to it. I mean, obviously, I've read about it, and people, it's really affected some people's lives.
I just want to end with this, and just an observation of you covering this industry. There's a real market versus just this, I guess, fantasy. And I don't mean fantasy sports, fantasy market. This is not the common public buying these cards. This is almost like a trophy buy of people clearly with the money and an ego thing. I mean, it's not like you and I say, oh, okay, I'll bid for that card, and we're just a couple of casual dudes. Like, if you don't have real coin, you're not in this world. It's a completely almost fabricated market. That's not the regular market.
It's you see some of these big cards being spent, and these people have money. Like, It's not like, but you do have the exception of where, like I wrote about, I think if you remember in the news probably a year and a half ago, where a kid hit the Paul Skeens MLB debut pass. That's just kind of luck of the draw, and that's not the norm. A grandmother a few weeks ago, and I wrote about it, where they hit a Josh Allen card that just sold last week for $1.3 million, but that was like luck out of a box. But I mean, some of these, if you're bidding and buying some of these cards in some of these auction houses, I mean, you got plenty of money. Like, obviously you have money. And this guy, the person I talked to who hit the Wemby card, I mean, he's got plenty, he makes money. Like, he was looking into buying even a piece of an NBA team at some point, but decided not to. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of it is just, hey, look at me, I have this card. But also, and at the same time, a lot of these people will say, look at me, I have this card, but I think it's going to go up in value. So, I mean, these are like almost like, those power brokers, like on Wall Street, something like that. So it's they're definitely different facets. But for these major cards, I mean, these people are people who have money make money. It's, that sort of thing.
Larry's on extra Twitter, Larry Holder, athletic senior writer covering sports collectibles memorabilia. Thanks, Larry. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got it. No problem.
We come back. History lesson. Good one today. I never really said bad one. I think it's a good one. We'll do the history lesson next.
What's your handle, bro? Follow us on X at 96.9 Game On.
Hey, our friends at Gold Key Roofing know you have options when it comes to finding a roofer. Here's a name that's been in business for 51 years, respected by the industry. And you can go check out real reviews online and see for yourself. That's a real office near downtown Orlando, not some fly-by-night company. Licensed, locally owned, crews working as far north as the Villages in Ocala and right here in Central Florida, and likely in your neighborhood as well. Online at goldkeyroofing.com. Licensed and locally owned. It's Gold Key Roofing.
Nice try, Dad. Ever ask yourself if you still got it? You got it. You just don't always feel it. Ouch. And Advent Health will help you get it back. Get the same level care the pros do. Gotcha. Next day. Watch and learn. Still got it. For next day appointments with the leader in orthopedics, visit nextdayorthoappointments.com. Advent Health, proud partner of the Orlando Magic and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
This year,
North America will be the center of the soccer universe, hosting the biggest sporting event in the world, 48 nations and 104 matches, as every player puts it on the line for their country. And BetOnline has you covered with live lines and player props from sportsbook, casino, the whole tournament. Enjoy the freedom of online gaming at BetOnline, where the action moves with you and every moment is yours. Make 26 your year. Bet on at BetOnline.
Mark Daniels for Scott Simpson and his team at Acrisure Mortgage. Tired of the red tape when trying to refinance? We're talking about refinance options that in many cases require no appraisal, no income verification, and no credit pull. Whether you want to lower your rate or need a home equity line of credit, the Stinson team has the local experience that you need. Reach out to Scott Simpson today, 407-337-0305, or go to WGLoans.com. Tell them you heard about it from Mark Daniels and 96 on the game and get $2,500 off your closing costs when you refinance. That's WGLoans.com. Scott Simpson team at Acrisure Mortgage.
You know that moment when you look in the mirror and think, I just want to look and feel like me again? At Vita Functional Aesthetics in Lake Nona, we go beyond surface treatments. We look at hormones, inflammation, mitochondrial health, and how your body is truly aging. Then combine that insight with advanced injectables, lasers, and regenerative aesthetics for natural, lasting results. Don't just look better, feel better, age better. Start with a free consultation at VitaFunctionalAesthetics.com. Vita Functional Aesthetics. Aging well starts from within.
Want to win tickets to see the 2026 FIFA World Cup courtesy of Michelob Ultra in Miami? Just log on to 969thegame.com and search on events to find out how. That's 969thegame.com. Don't miss your chance to be part of the biggest soccer event of the world. Enter today.
Not loving your AT&T or T-Mobile bill? Yeah, we've been hearing that a lot. Good news. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon and we'll give you a better deal. So get away from that unfortunate phone bill and get to Verizon. Run, ride, canoe. Whatever it takes, we'll be here. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal on the best network. A better deal. No surprises. That's Verizon. Best network based on root metrics, best overall mobile network performance, U.S. second half 2025. All rights reserved. It must provide a recent consumer mobile bill and the name of the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms, conditions, and restrictions apply.
If you want your windows there and wait, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with factory direct impact windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Hi, this is Mike Lester with Talon Wealth and the Guarding Your Nest Egg radio show, and I have another investment idea for those seeking great returns with limited risk. Recently, we did a structured note for our clients, paying them 18.75% per year for 4 years, and it was great for clients seeking income or growth and principal protection. The note was based on the S&P, gold, and silver, and our clients won't lose principal as long as none of the ETFs are down more than 40% 4 years from when we placed the trade, and the bank guaranteeing them doesn't default. This isn't an offer because we already traded this note, and structured notes aren't for everyone. But if you would like to know more about how structured notes work and what we currently have available, call us at 916-888-4000, 916-888-4000 if you'd like to learn more.
Advisory services offered through Talent Private, an SEC-registered investment advisor. The opinions voiced and information provided in this material are for general informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual.
Host an event they'll never forget at Crush Yard. Designed for group gatherings of all kinds, Crush Yard makes it easy to bring people together for team events, birthday parties, and milestone celebrations. With pickleball courts, great food and drinks, and flexible space to play or relax, everything comes together in one place. We handle the details so you can focus on your guests and enjoy the moment. It's an interactive, high-energy experience everyone will remember. Learn more at CrushYard.com.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
At International Diamond Center, diamonds always take center stage, but you won't believe the new collection of rare colored gemstones they have now.
When you see the color that we've procured and the collections that we've put together, it's going to blow you away.
IDC's Brian Leclerc.
Stones like a Paraíba from Brazil, extremely rare and hard to find, but the stone just absolutely pops and talks. It's got that beautiful ocean color.
Sapphires? Yes, IDC has them. Emeralds and rubies too, but so much more.
One-of-a-kind Saverites, beautiful, vibrant green aquamarine color. Red spinel from Burma, unbelievable pigeon blood red color. Aquamarines, Santa Maria color.
Are you looking to add some color with fashion jewelry or even an engagement ring? IDC invites you to a whole new world of exquisite choices.
What we've really focused on is making sure that we are finding the most rare, spectacular gemstones.
Discover unique and rare precious gemstones and add some color to your life at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This report is sponsored by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with a look at your forecast for Central Florida from the Fox 35 Storm Team. And today will represent day one of a major pattern change for a much rainier, stormier pattern with a tropical air mass moving into the area. Our high today, 87. Our rain chance, 80%. We'll see scattered to at times numerous showers and storms. Downpours that can lay down several inches of rain inside of 1 hour, especially focused along the I-95 corridor this afternoon. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game.
Yes, indeed, boys and girls, time to gather around with a weekly history lesson. Cam is sitting in for Chris Vasquez today. And Cam, you're young, but I think you may know a little bit about the background of this. Well, do you drink a lot of energy drinks and things like that? Are you an energy drink guy?
From time to time, but I prefer coffee.
Okay.
Usually.
Powerade, Gatorade, anything like that?
Gatorade, preferably.
All right. Well, come along for this journey because there's a time that we're going to take you back into the early 80s. And Gatorade is trying to build market share. I mean, you know the history of how it was founded at the University of Florida, but it's fighting in that energy drink world back then, not energy drink like you know now, with a little bit of market share. And Quaker Oats had purchased Gatorade, and it was doing okay, but not great. And I just came about how to increase the market share as other sodas were rolling out drinks and trying to gain market share. And the folks at Quaker Oats had different ideas, different marketing campaigns to come up to grow the Gatorade brand. And the thought was, what's the chance of using more athletes? And at the time, the only place that Gatorade was using athletes to market their drink was tennis. And Jennifer Capriati and Yvonne Lendl in Europe were doing commercials for Gatorade. And the idea was, well, what can we do in America to perhaps grow the brand? Well, as they kicked around the idea in the Midwest area, someone said, what's the chance of getting Michael Jordan? After a laugh in the room, the thought was, well, Jordan's got sponsorship deals with who? At the time, it was Nike and McDonald's. So the contact was made to David Falk, the agent for Michael Jordan, and said, would Michael be interested in doing an endorsement deal for Gatorade? At the time, he had Coke. The contract was coming up for Coke. In February of 1991, they met with David Falk, Michael Jordan's agent, and talked about a sponsorship deal. They did agree. Back then, they did agree to a 10-year deal for $13.5 million. 10 years, $13.5 million, which was a big deal. And Jordan was under contract for Coke through the end of July that year. And Michael sponsor and endorse Gatorade. Well, the idea was, do we want to keep this regionally? And the initial plan to use Michael Jordan for Gatorade was to do a regional marketing campaign. Even though Jordan by then had established himself as a great basketball player, they weren't sure that an NBA player would be able to have nationwide appeal. And the idea was, what other athletes could we get? Until the idea was, hey, hang on a second. Let's kind of figure something out. Bernie Pitzel was one of the advertising executives of the company that was going to be in charge of the campaign. And the idea was, let's do something, but let's be careful that it doesn't duplicate what Nike was doing. So the idea was to come up with something quickly, and Pitzel had something in mind. His idea was to use a song that he remembered from a movie back in 1967. So listen closely to the song that he was thinking about from the movie The Jungle Book.
Oh. Around, oh, Ooby-Doo. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you. True. You say it's true.
So I Want to Be Like You from the Jungle Book movie was the idea to use for this new marketing campaign. But the problem was negotiations with Disney hit a wall. Disney was asking for a lot more money than they were willing to pay at the time. Disney wanted $350,000 from Gatorade to use the song for 5 weeks. That was it. You could use this summer campaign, but nope, that was it. And Disney said, take it or leave it. Well, the ad agency said, never mind. We'll move on. So they moved on. And that account executive, calling upon his musical friend, said, can you come up with something else? Well, Pitzel wrote the lyrics at a restaurant and gave them a couple of songwriters and said, now I need the music. I've got these lyrics. Can you do something with it music-wise? Well, they went to work on that and then had to pitch Michael Jordan the idea. Michael, we got this commercial, and here's what we want to do. We want to have you kind of be like a regular person. And at first, Jordan kind of laughed and goes, that's going to be hard to do. I go, no, that's the beauty of it. Michael Jordan, regular guy, he drinks Gatorade. Regular people drink Gatorade. And we're going to have you in a playground atmosphere. We're going to put kids out there. You'll be having fun with the kids. We got some adults, as if Jordan was ever going to play 5-on-5 with guys like you and I. But the idea was, we'll make you look like a normal person. Well, Jordan kind of liked the idea, and they sold him on the vision for it. But then came something else that they were really scared about asking Michael Jordan. Jordan agreed to the deal, had agreed to the concept of the commercial, but what's his name? His name is what? Michael Jordan. Somebody in a meeting in Chicago said, we're going to have to ask him if this one's okay. What is this one? They had asked Michael Jordan if they could call him Mike in a commercial. Michael Jordan didn't like anybody calling him Mike. So when the meeting took place between David Falk, the agent for Michael Jordan, and Michael Jordan and the people behind the commercial, they were scared about what his answer was because you kind of know where we're going here. Be like Mike just doesn't have the same ring if it's be like Michael. So the pitch was made. And Michael Jordan said, you can call me Michael. You can call me Mike. You can call me Air. I don't care. A big sigh of relief in the room because now it was game on. They had 48 hours to complete the music and then shoot the video. At 3 different locations around Chicago, they had playgrounds with kids they brought in. Some of them were young kids from the ad agency. Some were the songwriters' kids and other people working on production. And they gathered the adults, all signing NDAs. They wouldn't discuss what they were doing. And over the course of 3 days, they shot the commercial. Then they went back to Michael Jordan and got him to take a look at it. When they played the commercial for the first time for Michael Jordan, everybody didn't look at the screen. They looked at Jordan, stone-faced, watched it, and then said nothing for a few seconds afterwards. And then had a big smile on his face. Why? He loved it. All that work led to this spot that to this day you still know.
Sometimes I dream that he is me. Got to see that's how I dream to be. I dream I live, I move. I dream I live. Be like mine. I wanna be like mine. If I could be like mine. Yeah, I try. just one day if I could be that way. In my mood.
The commercial will debut in the summer of 1991 on August the 8th. There's a 30-second version and the 60-second version. And to this day, it's thought to be one of the most iconic sports athlete commercials ever. It propelled Gatorade to what they never thought was market share. And while other drinks have come along, there's no question, and Michael Jordan's famous for many things in basketball as well as endorsing. But when it comes to that commercial, it might be his most famous. And if you stop and think about it and you hear that song from the Jungle Book, you can understand the connection. And then imagine being scared to ask if you can call him Mike. And he was okay with that. And he loved the finished product. And that's the history lesson this week on the story behind Be Like Mike's campaign for Gatorade. Come back and put a wrap on the Thursday show next.
Wide receivers being divas, NBA players comparing eras, and the beat of sports. 3 things you can always count on in the sports world.
I am 100% showing up.
The show continues after this.
Tell you about our friends at Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse in downtown Orlando, West Amelia Street. You know, more than 80 years, they've been giving you the best customer service, the best when it comes to appliances, the most trusted brands. So I hope you'll think of our friends when you're in the market for any appliance that you can think of. Plus, check out their Scratch and Dent Annex. You'll find unbelievable deals there as well. Say hi to Stu and the great staff. And you know this, at Southeast Steel, you get the best deal.
Traffic's backed up on I-4 eastbound near the beach line. There's debris on the roadways getting cleared up. Look out for road rangers in the area. There's a crash getting cleared up on the ramp from I-4 eastbound to State Road 44. That's off to the shoulder, causing a little bit of delays, but there's nothing really affecting your ride there. A crash on John Young Parkway southbound near I-4. The right turn lane's blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green. Don't waste another weekend doing your lawn care yourself. Partner with the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour and get a golf course quality lawn the easy way. Sign up at truegreen.com. Then sit back and relax.
Season tickets for the 2026 UCF football season are on sale now. Don't miss any excitement of the upcoming home schedule from the Bounce House. Call 407-823-1000 or log on to UCFKnights.com. It's season 2 for Scott Frost, the Knights in the Big 12 this upcoming year. Don't miss the home schedule at the Bounce House. Season ticket for 2026 available right now. Go online to UCFKnights.com or call the ticket office at 407-823-1000. 2026 UCF football season tickets. More details at UCFKnights.com.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
I just got another NBA offer from Hard Rock Bet.
A Hard Rock Bet promo at the Hard Rock Bet party? That is so meta.
That's not meta. That's Meta World Peace. Meta. Tell them about Hard Rock Bet.
Hard Rock Bet has it all. Live odds for every NBA game, every player prop, same game parlays, you name it. It's the only place I play these days.
Okay, now that is meta.
Hard Rock Bet. Roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions. If you're about your gambling, call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Lights, camera, magic. Mickey and his friends invite you to an unforgettable Disney on Ice gala, where stories like Zootopia 2, Tangled, Monsters, Inc., and more come to life in dazzling Hollywood-style fashion. Disney on Ice presents Spotlight Magic. Visiting soon to Orlando. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com today. Again, get your tickets and check out the show details at DisneyOnIce.com.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
It's spring out here and time to get to work. At Tractor Supply, we've got what you need. Mowers, spreaders, and tillers, soil, mulch, seeds, and plants with low prices every day. Dig into spring at Tractor Supply.
Listen to 96.9 The Game in your smart home. Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game on iHeartRadio. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
How do we respond to lowball offers from insurance companies?
With relentless litigation. For the justice you're entitled to after an accident, you know who to call.
Make it a Farrah fight. Fair and Farrah.
Orlando.
On Plus Nicotine Pouches present Comfort Chronicles. A 10 o'clock tea time. How comfortable. You show up in stretchy shorts, a breathable tee, and maybe no socks. Let the dogs breathe. While others sweat in pleated khakis, you're in your comfort zone bombing drive. And in your pocket, On Plus Nicotine Pouches. The softest pouch on the planet. Buy a can at onnicotine.com. Products for tobacco consumers 21 years of age or older. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
If you want your windows there, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Factory Direct Impact Windows from Reese Windows and Doors. At Reese, they've been installing affordable, high-quality windows for over 50 years, and most windows are installed in under 8 weeks. Get out your phone because now is your chance to win them for free. Just text the word TRUST to 20129 to win $25,000 in new windows from Reese Windows and Doors. Text TRUST to 20129 and good luck from Reese Windows and Doors.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You think a ticket for not wearing your seatbelt is the worst that could happen until you get in a crash. Suddenly, a ticket doesn't seem so bad. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Watch NASCAR live from Nashville on Prime Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Orlando's hometown sports station. This is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the free iHeartRadio app.
Time for the latest news, gossip, trends, and off-the-wall story.
Tillman Fertitta and his company is buying Caesars Entertainment for $5.7 billion. A massive deal for them. He who owns the Rocket and other properties and is the sugar daddy behind Houston Cougar Athletics. And good for him. Buying Caesars, $5.7 billion plus $12 billion in debt. Big deal. Big news in Vegas. Big news in the sports gaming industry as well. Cam, thanks for hanging out today.
You know it, buddy.
How'd
Always
it go?
a pleasure.
Did it go all right?
Oh, yeah. Stream went
You're
well.
not leaving with a
everything-
headache and like, I don't want to do this because we got you back on Monday.
No, yeah. Honestly, you're one of my favorite shows, you know?
Does that to everybody.
No, not all the girls. No.
Yeah.
You're special. You're special.
All right. Well, I appreciate you.
I will say the only thing that sucks is I do have to come in. The rush hour sucks. It's like 8:30-ish because I come from like D-Land area. But other than that, it's really not bad.
Okay. Well, was it tough this morning?
No, it wasn't bad. Actually, I flew in. I was early. I got here at like 9 o'clock. I was early bird today.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you for the donut, by the way.
Yeah. Well, got to show the love, man.
I love it,
Appreciate Mike Tuck's going to sit in tomorrow. I'm on my way from here off to Auburn, Alabama, about 6.5 hours to get there for UCS baseball game tomorrow. So Tuck will be here with Kelly producing tomorrow's show. If you miss any of today's show, go where you get your favorite podcast and type in the Beat of Sports on demand, and that's where you can access, subscribe, download, listen when it's convenient for you. The video stream's available at our YouTube page. Go to 96 The Game. Click on the logo, then the live button. That gets you access to today's show or any show that you want to go back and watch so you can catch up with anything that you may have missed. All right. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Appreciate it. Again, Mike Tuck's in tomorrow with Kelly for the Friday show. I'll be chatting with you on Monday with Cam back here. Thanks again, Cam. Appreciate it.
You know it, buddy. I'll see you then.
Cam produced Tom Martin Daniels. Thanks for hanging out with us for the Beat of Sports.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station.
Yeah.